Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, I get it in, I get it in.
What's going on, people? Welcome to the Flex. How you lot doing, man? Isolation is obviously making us rife with frustration. It can be difficult at times, but there are positives, and I want to talk a little bit about that as well. Some of the positives and negatives that I've been dealing with. A lot of people have been asking me on social media, like, how have you been dealing with it? How do you feel? Because it's important to talk about that. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are cooped up by themselves, and I don't mean just like elderly people or vulnerable people. I mean people who just live by themselves. My cousin, he's the same age as me, and it wasn't until the other day where I thought, actually, I need to take a thought about how he's feeling. He's young and fit and healthy and stuff, but it's just that whole being alone thing. I think we think it's very easy just to kind of be by yourself, which sometimes it can be if you like your own company, and there's social media and there's Netflix and there's things to do, things to watch, but there's that human element of it as well, which is like we want to speak and see people or be around people. Do you know what I'm saying? So I want to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk a little bit about some of the trolling. One of the biggest questions that I've been asked, which happened on Twitter as well, a lot of people were asking that they'd like me to talk about trolls and people who make up lies and the hate that you get and stuff like that. I want to touch a little bit on that. And I also want to talk about some of the things that I've been doing to keep my mind active in terms of box sets and entertainment and stuff like that, series. So yeah, whether it's Netflix or other streaming sites or films in general, because you know what, there's a lot of films that I need to see, and I hope you lot can help me out with it as well. Rance already has recommended some to me as well, because you see that the pub quiz we've been doing in the United Stand, I've been absolutely struggling, like big time, because I'm just not a big film guy. I like a lot of films, but haven't seen a lot of films, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I want to talk about that as well. And just kind of get a feel for how you lot are doing. Smash a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. Tap the bell as well. I'm going to start doing a lot more consistent content in this quarantine time. I did start off saying that there wasn't going to be too much of a schedule when I first put out that I was doing videos and that's true. There's not going to be like too much of a rigid schedule, but I do want you lot to know and to start identifying, expecting kind of regular content. I want that work rate to be just as high as it is on the United Stand as well. A lot of people have been asking to see like behind the scenes stuff on match days and stuff. We can do that. Like I said, I want this to be not really anything United based, but in terms of behind the scenes, how it all works, my road trips and stuff like that. You lot get the road trip of when we're in the car talking about the game. But the jokes that we have on the road trip on the way up, you guys would just never believe. So I want to talk about that as well. But let's start with isolation, man. Quarantine. Look, we're in our third week here in the UK, and it's been tough. It has been tough. I think it's one of them things where we know we have to do it. We know we got to play our part, and it's the same for everybody around the world. You know, there's crazy death tolls around the world. People are losing loved ones, and I think everybody is now the virus is starting to spread more rapidly, is starting to know of somebody, a family friend or an extended family or an extended friend or whatever, that has come into contact with the virus or got it. And that's been one of the scariest things for me. My mum had 3 cases kind of close to her family, where 2 have actually passed away. Another person's made a full recovery, and then another person quite close to the family that my mum knows, their brother's contracted the virus within a day. He's on a ventilator as well. So I think that realism is definitely kicking in for me on a personal note. Not that I didn't know how serious it was before, but you know what it's like with these situations. You see it on the news every day, you see it on social media, and you know that people's lives are being affected, but it kind of ramps up and resonates even more when it's like when it happens in your immediate circle. And that's what I found maybe a little bit tough, just coming to terms with that, because it is tough and it's going to affect a lot of people. So I don't want this to be too negative, but I'm just being given an honest account of like how I found it. And then just in terms of isolation as well, look, you've got loved ones, you might have a partner that you're living with, and I think you've got to take the positives. The positives is that I've never been at home this much for a very long time. You lot know my schedule, following Man United, home and away, abroad, etc., etc. And I've enjoyed that, being able to be home to a certain extent, for sure. It's good for your relationships. It's good for, your household, especially if you've got kids or of any age. I know a lot of parents have been saying it's been great to like spend time with the kids and stuff like that. But I think that element of like, I'm so used to being like active out the house, driving far places, traveling across Europe or whatever. And I think that realization has kicked in, like just going to my mum's house or going to the in-laws house or going around to my friends and stuff like that has started to affect me now. I think I've started to do that, but it hasn't made me crumble. It hasn't made me crumble, but it's made me kind of feel that vulnerability, like, and frustration. Like, do you know what? This is actually, damn, this is getting tough. And to be honest, I think with everyone wanting lockdown to end, we all do. But you know, like the government have been saying here in England anyway, that curve, that peak is starting to flatten out now. But we're still a long way from being let out. I think, you know, this is just my personal opinion. Don't take it as gospel, but I think we're a good 3 or 4 weeks away from, you know, having these restrictions eased, as they say. But we just got to roll with it. So there's definitely light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to get through it, but we just have to keep being patient because it's tough. It's tough. We've got to keep adhering to the rules. We've got to keep saving lives, keep protecting the NHS and stuff like that. It's really important. And I think the government's kind of giving those signs that actually people are just like, yes, finding it tough, but they're also bigging up the people that are staying at home as well. So yeah, I don't want to get too political with it. It's just giving my honest opinion of how I'm feeling. So I've had a few ups and downs, but nothing that's, you know, I think I've got a good network around me, good family, good friends. FaceTime's been key, man. Listen, do you know what? FaceTime and house party and WhatsApp groups and stuff like that. I think that is what we've really seen. Instagram lives, just being able to connect with people. Do you know what? My Instagram lives that I've done for my DJ in the past 2 weeks in a row, they have filled me with so much happiness. Do you know that? Because especially, you know what, as well, it's kind of like a taking the positive out of a negative, because when football season's been on and stuff, I haven't been able to do hardly any DJing, hardly any. And the fact that the situation that's arose has allowed us to be at home, and obviously you see a lot of DJs starting to stream and stuff. The fact I've been able to do that has almost given me that like release that I've needed for a while. And to be able to see the response from people, loads of you guys watching, been sending me messages. A lot of my personal friends have been sending me messages and videos of them like dancing around the house. People have been getting drunk on the lives, just showing me pictures and videos of themselves drinking up, having a good time, listening to some old school tunes and just bringing joy. Like that there gives me happiness. Being able to make other people smile, make other people have joy and happiness, and just have a good time, just have a sick time. Like, listen, after on that Friday night, the last one, I don't know if you lot have seen it. You'll see the same again this Friday. I was hungover. I was hungover on Saturday. Honestly, I felt like I was actually in a club, and that's been like that's been sick to bring that to people. That like human element of like connecting with other people, like friends and loved ones that are in the comments, and people that I don't even know who just follow me, obviously, that have just been appreciating the music and appreciating the vibes. That's been a big help, actually. I have to say that. And I know not everyone's a DJ, but for me, on that as a personal level, being able to play music for people and bring happiness in households. I'm seeing little kids like can't even talk, running around the house, dancing, talking and interacting to my face on the screen when their parents have streamed it in the front room or whatever. That's been dope, because for me, I'm a people person, man. And to know that I'm making other people happy at a time like this is sick. It's the same with the stuff on United Stand, the stuff we've been doing on the quiz and the content we've been doing, just people just sending random messages from all over the world, from wherever you're watching from or they're watching from, just saying like, you're just keeping us going, you're helping us, thanks for this content throughout these times and stuff like that. So for me, yeah, I think that's been a big thing, being able to connect with people and know that I'm actually making them feel happier on the other side. I've really enjoyed that. I have really enjoyed that. But the family thing, not being able to see everyone, it's the same for everyone. So I'm not going to sit here and play a victim and stuff. I keep looking at the positives. First of all, I'm alive, I'm healthy. I haven't displayed any of the symptoms, neither has anyone in my household. And for that, we have to give thanks, man. You know what I mean? Whether you're religious or not, you just have to be thankful for that. And obviously, it's touching so many people, and so many people losing so many people, that for each day that goes past, yes, it's boring and yes, it's tough, but you have to just think to yourself, well, you know what? I'm here. My immediate ones are here, and we will get through this. We just keep following the rules, keep following what needs to happen. We will get through it. So that's my thoughts on isolation, how it's been going for me. Am I going to do a weekly update on it? I don't know. That's not really what I want to get into, but I know a lot of people just in messages that have just been saying, how you been coping, man? How you been getting on with it? And I thought, you know what? It's actually good for me to talk about that, because I'm not really a big talker. Like in my household and to my family, my friends, my loved ones, I'm not really like a huge talker about how I'm feeling. So I think I'm going to start to do that where I can. I'm not going to be like a little agony aunt, but that side of me I do want to show, and that side I think it's important to actually let out the bag, because sometimes I don't even think about how I'm feeling. You're so interested in worrying about the people that you love and care about, that it's important. With mental health rife as well, like it always has been. It's been more of a thing now, but it's always been a thing. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's paramount, just as much as not actually catching the virus and staying physically healthy. Up here as well, man, you got to keep your mind ticking. You got to keep your mind fresh. I've managed to start this channel, do more things on this channel, which I found really like a release, a nice thing to take my mind off things. Playing FIFA a lot more, people coming for the smoke. Saeed had to hold that smoke the other day. Sophie had to hold a bit of smoke, but then we drew the next game, so I'm going to jump back in on that. So those would be my positives. There's been a lot more positives than there are negatives, but there's been a couple of days where I've gone, yeah, today's a bit of a downer. And that's all right. You can have them little days, man. You can have them little downer days. But I just think of my sister. I've got other loved ones in the family. My mum's a nurse as well, who are like, and all the other people who are risking their lives from working at Tesco's and DPD deliveries, right through to, you know, working on the front line NHS. My sister's a healthcare assistant, and I worry about her going to work every time as well. So, you know, there's a lot more people making a lot bigger sacrifices than just having to stay at home. So that is a big plus for me. So keep it up, everyone. You lot are doing a sick job. My next thing I want to talk about, which a lot of people always ask me, but I've never really gone into it in that much depth, yeah, is how I deal with like trolls, internet trolls, haters, people who chat shit, people who make up lies, dealing with like adversity at games and people coming in your face and all that stuff. And I did say like a bit of it is like I said in my last video, that a lot of my temperament comes from my old job when I used to work in a school. But do you know what? Twitter was one of the worst places, you know. I saw Mark talking about it on his channel the other day, when he put out a tweet saying like, yeah, it's a big W for like people, for England, for the UK, if we could find a vaccine, and people were twisting it. But like, I mean, away from that, people make up. So, do you know what? I'm going to go through some of the funniest lies, yeah, and misconceptions about me. It's absolute lies. The first one that I could never ever forget, yeah, a guy said to me, yeah, outside the ground, he said, yeah, what are you going to do? Threaten to stab someone again? I said, what? Brother, threaten to stab someone? Like, what are you talking about? Where's that even come from? And another guy on Twitter said to me, oh, yeah, because you're outside the ground threatening to stab people. I thought, like, you lot follow me in it, you lot know me, and I know like people can come across maybe something as they're not on the internet, but come on, can you lot imagine me outside the ground saying, I'm gonna fucking stab you, I'm gonna stab you, I'm gonna do it? Me, you know, that so that was one of the biggest lies. The second one I love hearing is that I'm a paid actor, an actor who don't really support Man United. I actually support Spurs. But then some people do get me and Rance mixed up. Not that Rance supports Spurs, but because his brother's expressions, and they're in the same family, so they think that Rance supports Spurs. But yeah, I'm a paid actor. That's a great one. And I'm a ticket tout. That's a sick one. I love that one as well. A ticket tout. And you know what? Some of the man saying all this shit, yeah. Imagine there's this guy. I'm not going to talk about his name because he's just an idiot. He's just a proper fool. And the worst thing is, I met him at, I think it's Huddersfield away. If he ever sees this video, he'll know who he is. And he come up to me saying, oh, you come over here, I want to have a chat. So I'm like, all right, what do you want to talk about? And he's like, oh, you need to tell your mate Rance to stop saying this and stop saying that. That happens a lot. Anything Rance says, people just tarnish me with and want to come to me and chat shit, like it's my opinion. Anyway, cut a long story short, he's like, I know where you live, I know what car you drive a black Audi, and you do this, you do that. So I took out my car keys and I showed him, and it wasn't an Audi. Yeah, I'm not here to gloat about whatever cars we do or don't drive, but it wasn't what he said it was. I was just trying to prove a point to him. I said, what are you talking about? Yeah, well, you know, this, that, and the other, and you need to stop letting negativity on your thing. You know, you only need to put the positive stuff up. You know, only people who want to support Ollie, or only people who want to do this, or only people who want to say this. In other words, trying to dictate what the content was and say you should only put up what he thinks should go up, and not whatever's a representation of someone's opinion. And I just kind of put it to him and said, look, X, Y, Z, it's not for you, me, or anyone to decide what goes up. If it's someone's opinion there, they have their right to say it. I'm not going to not put up a video because someone said they don't think Ollie's a good manager, or someone says they don't think Pogba's a good player, or they don't like him, or someone says Rashford's shit, or someone says Rashford's amazing, or I don't agree. That's not what I'm there to do. If you have your say and you're not being offensive or overboard, then you can have your say. Anyway, cut a long story short, he finishes the conversation by shaking my hand and saying, "Oh, do you know what? You're actually all right," and rare. All these months later, man's like running Twitter campaigns, trying to appeal to the club to stop me going near it, and putting out hate videos saying, that fucking wanker Flex, and it was actually on the topic of touts, which is where I started this. Like, do you know how much it is? Like, for people who don't go to matches, and I want an insight into what it is, and I could come on here and name names and expose people. I'm not going to do that. But ticket touts are literally exploiting Manchester United football fans week in, week out. And this guy who's come chat shit to me about, you make your money off the fans, you make money off the club, his best friend is a ticket tout. His best friend is a ticket tout, right? And you know what it's like, the reason why these ticket touts make so much money is because people are willing to pay it, because the demand outweighs the supply. You know what I mean? We all have to get tickets from them. And what's happened is now he's gone, I'm going to get my mates to stop giving you tickets. And, when I'm paying way over the odds, because that's what people have to do if you want to go to an away game. It's not the right thing, but it's what's out there. It's what people do, right? Otherwise, the away end is not, I'm telling you now, the away end is not filled with people paying £30 for a ticket. And there's people who've got like 12 season tickets. I've seen it outside grounds, man. I know people, they've got 12 odd tickets. They're selling them for like £150, like Huddersfield away, and that it was. £150. What? Do you know what I mean? It's like 5 times worth the value. And this guy wants to come talk. These are the same people that are saying, you're making money for you're doing this. Come chat shit about fan cams and all that, where we don't charge a penny. Don't charge a penny for the content. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like you guys watching this have to pay a subscription fee. All you need is internet connection. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just find it really hypocritical, like people come out with these lies and just believe them. So those are the 3 biggest ones. 1, that I'm capable of stabbing someone. 2, I'm a paid actor who supports Spurs. And 3, I'm a ticket tout. I just don't get it. I don't. And do you know what? I sometimes, and you know what? Someone on the video said to me, "Don't do it, Flex. It's not worth it." But sometimes I do clap back, not in a rude way. You lot know me. I've got too much class to do that. But I don't shout and swear and that. But sometimes I'll think, look at this prick. Let me just retweet him and just like shut him down a bit, or her. But it's mainly guys. And like, do you know what I thought? There's not even any point, because you know what I've worked out. Yeah, if someone's made their mind up about you, right? There's a very small chance you can battle to unconvince them or change their mind. Do you see what I'm saying? So like, someone's opinion of you can change over time if they watch you, if they can make an accurate description, analysis of you. If you've got the brain power to do it, you're capable of making proper decisions, and you're actually able to say to yourself, actually, I got that guy wrong, or I don't agree with what he's saying, but I respect this, or I will never go on that, but he's not a threat to anyone, he's just doing his thing. But you see, if you're ignorant, yeah, and you've got a small pea-sized brain, yeah, and you're just a fool because you love hate and you love negativity. If you're that sort of person, yeah, there is no way I'll be able to win you over. So why am I actually wasting my time, whether it be on social media or face to face, trying to convince you to like me? You've made your mind up and you're never going to like me anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? It's only like, I think my nature of just trying to get on with everyone that I meet, that sometimes I go, actually, you know what? I'll talk to you. Because I'm a talkative person. Even people, because I've met loads of people who don't like fan cams, who don't like what I do, don't like what we do as football bloggers, football content creators, whatever. Never agree with it, don't like it. But they actually come up to me and say, excuse me, mate, you know what? I don't like what you guys do, you know. And I go, why? Why don't you like it? And we'll have an honest conversation, and we'll leave the conversation having shaken hands. And like, they wouldn't have changed their opinion on what I do, but the respect is there, or they're not coming with any hate or animosity, or worst of all, violence and intimidation thing. I'm not into that. But I hate these like guys who think they can try and bully you out of it. Like, do you know what I mean? People who walk past and say, fuck off, you wanker, whatever, that's cool. I don't mind that. But when people want to get in your face or come at you on social media, and then I'm like trying to reverse their decision, it wasn't until I stepped back, I was like, hold on, Flex. Out of 100% or 100 people I meet, yeah, 98 of those people are just cool United fans. Not even always United fans, the fans from any club. just respect what you're doing, got nothing but love, support, kindness. Do you know what I'm saying? The 2% is 2%. Like I'm actually the idiot if I let them kind of bring me down or stop me growing or make me not believe in myself, or worse than that, react to them. Do you know what I'm saying? They want that reaction. So that's how I deal with it. I've actually managed to stay to myself, do you know what? I don't really care. Like, I don't really care. I'm so at peace with that. I think at the beginning, you know what it's like. We're all like it as human beings. Like, you want people to like you. You want people to accept you, or you want to be a certain way. And I don't mean fake, but you want what you're doing to be received well. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think in this space, it's such a big space and it's such a wide open space, and you are leaving yourself vulnerable because you're putting yourself out there on the internet to millions of people. Do you know what I'm saying? Thousands of people, whatever. Whether it's outside the games where you're vulnerable because there's loads of people there and people can get in your face because they're drunk or just angry at you or don't like you, or whether it's here on the internet, there's that element of vulnerability. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to accept that, and I think that's what I've done much better in the last 18 months. Nah, not even that. I'd say I've done it a lot better within the last 9 months, because there's a few people that talk to me in this space and like, but why do you care? They're like, why do you care? It's like, yeah, but they're making up lies. They're saying this. Yeah, but it's a lie. If you know it's a lie, they're never going to accept from you that it's not a lie. Do you see what I'm saying? So I could be in a conversation with a guy for ages. I even did it yesterday with a guy on Twitter. I started off thinking, oh, that's a crazy thing to say. Let me just set this guy straight in a polite way. But he kept going on. And in the end, I actually said to him, listen, I wish you well. I hope you and the family are well in these tough times. Let's just not talk about this, because there's no point. You've already made your mind up about me. So that is what I'm more at peace with, man, because it's easy to get into arguments with these people. It's easy to get into debates that will just keep going round and round and round with these people. But the fact of the matter is, they have made their mind up. So my advice to anybody in any field who has experienced hate and trolling is that don't rise to it. Just ignore them. Another thing is this jealousy. Jealousy is a massive part of it. And people who have this jealousy in their heart or in them, will never admit it, because they're not that sort of person. They can't look at themselves and go, do you know what? I'm actually just a really jealous, bitter person. I'd like to be him. Or even if they wouldn't like to be you, because that sounds a bit cocky from my point. That's not what I mean. Not everyone who hates me would like to be me. Let me rephrase that. I think they just don't want to see you succeed. Do you get that? Like, why is he in a press conference? Why does he get to go to that game? He shouldn't be doing that. Do you know what I mean? Look at him. He should, like, it's that envy and jealous. You know what I'm saying? Jealous one's envy. That was a Fat Joe album, good album as well. But it's so true. Jealous one's envy, because like, they're just either pissed off that they haven't got opportunities that you might have, or they just don't want to see you flourish. And that, you can't compete with that, people. My biggest thing is that you can't compete with that hatred. There was a song I used to listen to by Ace Hood. I can't remember what song it was, and in the bar, in one of the bars he was spitting, he said, hate is such a weak emotion. Hate is such a weak emotion. And that just like stayed with me. Hate is such a weak emotion. Because when you think about it, hate's like a strong thing. Like, I don't mean it as in terms of it can conquer and stuff like that and it's powerful. Excuse me, but I mean like it's a strong thing, like it can bring people down, like it's toxic, innit? But like, if you think about it, it's actually a proper weak emotion. Like my mum used to say to me, it's far more stressful trying to have hate and negativity and feel sad and stuff, than it is just bringing positivity and good vibes and smiling and looking at life with a different outlook. Do you know what I'm saying? It's far more depressing and harder and more difficult to have hate. And that is what it is. It's easy to just hate. And that, I think, is these people have just got insecurities with themselves, but they've convinced themselves that they don't have the issue. They convinced themselves that you're the issue. You see what I'm saying? And that I don't get. So my way of dealing with these fools is first of all, you have to talk to yourself and say, look, you can't compete with it. You can't convince them. Secondly, you don't have to. You don't owe anyone an explanation. As long as you know you're being true to yourself, then that's all that matters. And fourth, the majority is what you got to go off. The majority of people like what you're doing. in whatever field you're doing it in, then you're winning. And if you can see progress, I can see progress from when I've started interviewing people. Massive progress. From when I first started, when I was a nervous wreck, getting told to F off at games. Well, I still get told to get fuck off at games, actually, but not a lot. But I'm talking about people who didn't want to come on, searching for people to do an interview with. Now we've got big crowds around us. It's almost like we have too many videos. Sometimes we have to get to the end of the recording sessions and be like, sorry guys, we've got quite a lot of videos now, we've got to wrap it up. But I can see that progression. The channel doing amazing, nearly at 700,000 subscribers from 120 from when I started, which is crazy. Broken down barriers this year and last year, getting into press conferences. People think that's come easy. People think it's because the club are just giving us a leg up. I've had to work my ass off to get into them press conferences. I tell you that now. Almost a lot of the time, not even supposed to be being in there. Yeah? Would I say breaking in? No comment. Not breaking in. But finding myself there. But I think once I'm in there, the people, the relevant people at the club have actually then gone, actually, he's all right, man. He's not causing any harm. He's not doing anything outrageous. And most of all, now they've given me trust to actually ask questions in the press conference. So do you think I'm going to really care about some fucking hater who's like, you shouldn't be there? Well, Manchester United think I should be, so fuck you. How about that? Do you know what I'm saying? Sorry, I just have to be honest. That's how it actually makes me feel, innit? Like, just piss off. I don't care about the energy that you have to bring around me. The people that are the positive people, which is my friends and my loved ones who rate what I'm doing, and most importantly, you lot who encourage me to keep going. And when I meet people and they got so much love in their heart to show me, yeah, that's all I need. I don't care. Versus the one guy who wants to chat shit to himself on Twitter. Just block him. And the funniest thing, when you block them, some people send me things of people go, Flex, have you seen this? Because like when you get like a big following, it's very easy to pick up off things. People think like you search things or you go looking for it. It's not. It just arrives in your inbox and someone will at you and go, look at this. Or someone will be defending me in an argument that I've never seen. But the person who originally started the shit doesn't at me. And then the person defending me will at me. And I'll be like, what's this? And I'll see the thread. And that's how you see things. They're the people I care about. The people who are fighting the corner and stuff. So just keep backing it, man. So just don't worry about the trolls then. They're never going to bring me down. Never going to bring me down. In fact, they actually make me thrive. They actually make me thrive because, you know what I'm saying, Chip once said in a bar as well, in that song with Skepta, you're nobody until you got some haters. And it's true, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing it right. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that. That's my thoughts on isolation. That's my thoughts on how I deal with trolls. Another thing I want to talk about, series, streaming, what I've been watching to keep me going. And you know what, I've watched Ozark. I've got to recommend that. This is almost like your little go-to guide because there's still way more that I have to watch as well. So I want you lot to put it in the comments of what you recommend to watch. But for me, Netflix has been I've been watching it a lot recently because I've been in. So do you know what I've actually done? I've gone back and watched stuff that I've always been meaning to watch or finish off. So Ozark was a bit different because that came out, what was it, early April. So I smashed that. Ozark's sick. I think if you haven't watched Ozark, definitely would recommend that. It is about kind of drug smuggling and money laundering and stuff like that. But it's from a guy that you just wouldn't expect it to happen to. And man like Marty just has got so much shit to deal with and he just keeps dealing with it and dealing with it and dealing with it. And you just think, how much more can he take? My favourite character in that's actually Ruth Langmore. Though. She's a G. She's actually a G. Ratchet, but she's G. So Ozark's sick. I finished off Narcos. Now, I watched the first 2 seasons of Narcos when Escobar was in it. In fact, I don't want to really talk about into you know what? I don't want to do any spoilers. But after a certain thing happened, after season 2, I stopped watching it because I just thought it wasn't quite the same anymore. But because I had more time, I thought, let me go back and finish it off. So I did do that when it was about the Cali cartel. I like that, and now I'm on Narcos Mexico. Start watch that. For me, I would recommend you watching Line of Duty. Listen, you see this program, yeah? This is an underrated program, you know. A lot of people do know it, but I put it in my top 5, which I forgot to do, which is dumb of me. Did I put it in? When someone what's your top 5 series of all time? I don't even know if I put it in there, but I should have done. It's a banging program. I think there's 5 seasons already, and there's a 6th one coming. Or is there 4 and there's a 5th? I can't remember which one, but it is 6. About corrupt police, which is always something. So many different storylines. All of the series are linked as well. That's on BBC iPlayer. Check that out. I definitely 100% recommend that. If you like crime stuff and corruption and scandal and that, yeah, Line of Duty is your thing. 100% watch that. I watched the Tiger thing, yeah. the Tiger King, Carol Baskin, and all of that. And Joe, is his name Joe in it? But it was a bit mad for me. I didn't really think it was that good. It was crazy in that, but nah, it was a bit mad. I didn't really see the hype with that. If I'm honest with you, I didn't see the hype. I was a bit let down. I would only give that out of 5. I'd give it a 2. You know what I'm saying? It was like anything I've ever seen before, but it was kind of shit at the same time. I wouldn't rush to. I rushed to watch it because everyone, you know what it's like when something comes out, you're like, well, rush to watch it. So that I would kind of leave that. Do you know what film I did watch the other day? Was proper fun. It was a quick watch. Coffee and Kareem. It's got the guy from Hangover in it. Yeah, you know Stu from Hangover. Can't remember his name as an actor, but that's who's in it. And this little black boy who he acts on Nickelodeon on them like little kids programs, but he's on this now, and he's just swearing up the place. He's raw with it, and basically he's going out with his mum. His police officer's going out with his mum. Police officer guy's white, and he's a little black kid, and he's going out with his mum. He's black, and it's such a great way they capture like the racial like struggle with it between the two cultures. But also just that how they embrace it to show that like it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? That's a sick one. It's gimmicky and quite silly, but it's a quick watch, only an hour and a half. You know when you're just looking for that, you don't want to watch a series, you want to watch a quick film. That is definitely sick. Coffee and Kareem, I think it's called. Is it called Coffee? Have I got that right? Coffee and Kareem. Something in Kareem, I think it's Coffee and Kareem anyway. If I got it wrong, correct me. But watch that. What else has been sick? Unabomber's sick. Watch that as well. I think that's good. Unabomber makes you think very, very differently about, I don't want to give too much away, but your mail, innit? That's all I say. It makes you think very differently about your mail that you receive, and opening it for sure. What else have I been watching that has been good? I recommended obviously watching Breaking Bad to someone. That's a top series. I need to start Money Heist. Talk to me about this Money Heist thing as well, people, because like I will start watching it, but the subtitles. Some people are telling me it's in English. Some people are saying it's subtitles. I don't know. Let me know. I need to see what it's in. But I'm gonna start watching that for sure. Queen of the South. You need to watch that. That is sick. Man like Teresa Mendoza. Yes, sick. That is and Camilla Vargas. That is a sick program. Again, all about the drug smuggling and stuff like that, the rise and the fall of that. That's sick. Save Me 2's out actually as well. That's on Sky. I've seen Save Me. That's brilliant. It's got a guy in it from Line of Duty as well. But watch that. Save Me 2 is sick. And also there was another British thing called Strangers. Is it called The Stranger or Strangers? Can't remember which one it's called, but it's on BBC. So it's on Netflix. Sick. Proper sick. I think it's like a 3-part thing. That I would definitely recommend as well. And for me, I just keep going back to Only Fools and Horses, man. I'm telling you, this program, if you're like quite young and you're like, what is this? Like everyone's heard of Del Boy in it. You must know who Del Boy is. But just go back and watch them. I watch them on repeat, on tap. I just watch them over and over and over again. Almost to the point, you see, when I'm feeling shit, no word of a lie. If I come back, I'm feeling angry, I might get back from football, we've lost or whatever, something's happened and I'm just pissed off. I literally just put on Only Fools and Horses. That's actually my go-to thing, Only Fools and Horses. So yeah, drop some ideas for me to watch in the comments below. I want to see what you guys have been watching, how you've been keeping yourself active. If you've got any questions for me or you need any tips on anything, ask me. More content ideas, let me know. I'm going to start doing some stuff more regularly. I'm going to start doing a music feature as well. I want to try and start doing that on Mondays. I'm going to come up with a name for that. I'm also going to start doing a show where, obviously, you know me, my thing is interviewing people. I'm a people person. I love sitting down with people of all walks, all forms of life, opening them up about different certain things, not just football. So I'll be getting some people on as well for different interviews. So let me know who you'd like to see me interview within reason. Don't say Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Paul Pogba or, you never know Paul Pogba, but say someone that is, you know what I mean, achievable. But then again, is that me just lowering the bar? Why can't I interview LeBron James? Think about it. Yeah, you have to just believe in your thing, innit? But you know what I'm saying, innit? Yeah, drop some views, drop some comments of some ideas of who you'd like to see me interview and the type of content you'd like to see on a regular basis. The DJing stuff is happening, especially when I come back out of lockdown. I've got some great ideas about that. I'm getting back into that. I'm gonna look at doing a live stream actually, what I do every Friday, do a live stream on my Instagram. Make sure you head over to FlexUTD. Follow me across all the socials, especially on the Instagram. I'm going to be doing that on Fridays. People have been loving it. People have been absolutely loving it. And I'm glad. I've really enjoyed doing it, to be honest with you. So I'm going to be doing that again. I started off only supposed to do an hour the first time. End up doing 5. Last week I said I'll see how long I go for. End up doing 6. Like, it's mad. 6 hour setting now. So I'll be doing that as well. So that's coming up. But yeah, some more regular features are going to be coming up on the channel. Keep smashing the like, keep subscribing, and tap the bell, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me know how you guys are thinking. And also on social media, just give me a little screenshot or something. Let me know where you're watching from in the comments below. I do go through the comments. I'm starting up. I think we're just under 2,000 subscribers now. So let's get up to 2,000, man. I'll be doing a giveaway as well. Might get a couple of United shirts and that as well. See if I can get them signed by a couple of players or whatever. Do some giveaways. We're going to do some fun stuff, man. We're going to do some fun stuff, some Q&As, some live stuff as well. Anyway, I'm gone. Enjoy the rest of your evening or whatever time you're watching this. And some interesting stuff coming out of United Stand. I'll see you guys on there as well. And yeah, peace. Keep up the love. I'm out of here. Bless.